Dear friends, thank you very much for the opportunity for me to speak at this Global Conference for Women in Maritime 2021. I'm really pleased to note that we keep the focus on women in maritime even though times during the COVID-19 have been tough. The coronavirus has indeed turned our daily lives upside down. We have learned new ways to how to work, on distance, for example, managing children, schoolwork, husbands, dogs, and at the same time keeping ourselves working, and we, or maybe even more, people outside this industry, have also learned that seafarers and people in the shipping industry are some of the real heroes, staying on board much longer than planned, keeping up the world trade and our supply chains alive and kicking, and not knowing when to see their families, thanks to all the corona restrictions all over the world. So why do we put special focus on this subject, more women in maritime? For obvious reasons, I was just about to say, because we miss half of the talent mass if we are not able to attract and retain women to and in our industry. But we also know that diversity creates better financial results, better dynamics in the working place, better working environment, and also making sure that our workplaces are taking decisions on a nuanced and innovative way. Furthermore, shipping is in a transition period from a very fossil fuel black industry to a green and carbon neutral industry. Same transition as when we came from sail to steam and from steam to diesel. Therefore, attracting new talent becomes even more important, as it is more than maritime skills that we need in the shipping industry in the future. The time has passed where we could settle with people trained at sea or by people trained in the shipping companies by peers. We are now looking into a need for people with other skills, climate skills, data analytical skills, IT skills, and not least a new green mindset. That means we have to tap into all the talent pools that we can. This also requires a whole new narrative about our industry and a major cultural change which can pave the way for more diversity, new ways of doing things, and new ways of recruiting. This is why we in Danish shipping found that the time has come to work more thoroughly with the recruitment and retention of women in shipping. We started out with a Girl Power campaign showing female role models in all our material, in working and educational situations, and with a lot of pink merchandise. This got a lot of attention, and we are pretty sure that it actually had some impact on the numbers of women trying to get into our industry. This September we did the same campaign, and we are hopeful that we will see more female students in the years to come. Next step was in the beginning of 2019, where we established a task force with representatives from our members, the ship-owning companies, the unions, the maritime school, and not least female role models who could tell us what the challenges and barriers for a career in this industry would be. The work resulted in 10 recommendations to the industry, and let me just mention a few of them. Set specific targets for the number of women in your organization. Make sure that management take the lead, because we know that if management team does not set the course and lead the way themselves, change rarely happens. Support the women, for example, by preparing a good onboarding process, offer a mentor, review the shipping company's staff policy, complaints procedures, etc. Stand up to harassment and bullying. Say no to harassment of any kind. And manage conflicts properly. Establish a clear complaints procedure that is accessible to all staff. We followed this up by launching a charter for more women in shipping, to increase the number of women in the shipping industry and to ensure that women and men have equal opportunities to develop a career in shipping. The shipping companies who signed the charter promised to set concrete and specific goals and develop a strategy to increase the number of women in their company. Appoint a member within the senior management to take responsibility of the initiative. Ensure a working culture and personnel policy which promote equal opportunities for both men and women, and to share experiences and results of the work done on the basis of the Charter. 30 members, covering more than 75% of all employees in Danish shipping, have now signed the Charter and are working seriously with the targets, and are now already well underway with initiatives meant to increase gender equality. i.e., there are companies now performing salary checks, companies training all employees in gender diversity, or driving campaigns against bullying and harassment, including sexual harassment. One company are also sending all relevant material through a gender decoder, and several have focused on changing the recruitment procedures to address the gender biases. That being said, we still have some way to go. We know from our work through the years that there are women experiencing barriers related to being a woman in this industry, such as unequal treatment and unequal pay, even sexual harassment. And we need to address this also to ensure that we can include all people, men and women, in our industry. And we will conquer. All of us in this industry knows that we are a very exciting industry, an industry that never sleeps, and an industry that is really global and full of challenges and opportunities. So we have a lot to offer, which we of course also have to focus on. The vision is that in 2030, we will not be seen as either a male-dominated or a field-dominated industry, but as a modern and climate-friendly industry carried by diversity and career opportunities that has the future ahead of it. I hope you will join us on this journey. Have a good conference. Thank you.